Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਨੇਕ ਭਾਸ਼ਾਵਾਂ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇਖੋ suprememastertv.com/schedule
We are always broadcasting, which means we're always sending and receiving at the same time. So we are somewhat picking up on our animal stuff, but they are certainly picking up on our stuff.
Please continue watching to find out more.
Vegan, the will of heaven.
Marhaba means welcome in Tigrinya, a language spoken in Eritrea.
Jovial viewers, I'm Adonai from the sun-filled country of Eritrea. I'm a strong and fit warthog person, as well as a happy herbivore. I love feasting on the root vegetables that I find, as well as the smorgasbord of other veggie delights. May you also enjoy the exquisite array of fruits and vegetables that our Mother Earth so lovingly provides us. Today we will present part 2 of our two-part series, Joan Ranquet, Vegan, on telepathic communication with animal-people companions. Miss Joan Ranquet is an American animal-people communicator, author and founder of the Communication with All Life University. In episode 1, we learned about telepathy and how she receives messages from us animal folk through pictures, words, and feelings. She wisely advises people to remember that we animal people are also picking up on the messages that human people are sending out.
In the old days, there was this commercial for something called RKO. There was this radio tower, and it had lightning bolts, and you could see all this activity around it, right? That's what we are. We are always broadcasting, which means we're always sending and receiving at the same time. It's not something we're doing. It's not an action verb. It's actually what we're being. What happens in our household, whether we've had a bad day, a good day, any kind of day, that we're just having a day, we are broadcasting. So we are somewhat picking up on our animal stuff, but they are certainly picking up on our stuff. And so what we want to become is aware of what we're sending.
It's interesting to think about the radio tower analogy that Joan gave, illustrating how we send information out into the universe. As Joan explains, being familiar with the type of messages that one is broadcasting can help when humans try to understand their animal family members, especially their behavioral responses.
Let's say that you're in a really bad mood. Something happened and you come in and that mood is like static, like the next thing you know, you come in and you accidentally kick the stool and you stub your toe, and it's like it just keeps getting worse. And sometimes an animal might come and try and entertain us, might try to distract us, but some other animals might be like, oh boy, she's in a mood, I'm out of here. And so what I talk about in both my books is that if we could be the emotional leader, that we can be angry, be these things briefly. When we really pay attention to our true and deep emotions, they don't last forever. It's when we don't pay attention to them and they build that our animals really go, uh-oh.
Joan goes on to explain how we animal people can be encouraged to relax and thrive.
If my intention is to help this animal, then the animal will already start to feel that and relax into it. Relaxation is the number one thing that underlies healing or behavior change. The minute that we start to get an animal relaxed, they're out of their sympathetic nervous system. They go into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is a sense of relaxation. And an animal that's in the sympathetic nervous system is in fight or flight. So you're not going to get as much healing, and you're not going to get them to change their behavior. So getting an animal into a relaxed state is its intention and relaxation that creates healing. One of the modalities that I teach is called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. And that is a technique that uses the acupressure points. And so it brings the nervous system down. And essentially, it's like telling a bad story, but touching feel-good points. And it's a whole series of points.
At the Communication with All Life University, Joan's students learn about supporting us animal people in great depth.
The more humans that gain and apply this knowledge,
the more we animal people benefit.
And in those programs, people really have an opportunity to communicate with hundreds of animals by the time they walk out and graduate. And so by the time they graduate and they've done all their case studies, they are so ready to help any situation, whether it's death and dying or, let's say, performance. And when I include in performances, sometimes people come because they have a service animal that's not working out, like the dog got scared or things like that. So that's a really important place for us to be able to help. Let's say an animal's injured, we can do medical intuition and find out if there's more soft tissue damage. We can help before surgery. And sometimes our animals in our homes don't get along. So there's always that.
A wise man who knows the truth should know and understand that all beings desire happiness. A wise monk who has ceased to sin and guards his own self should abstain from violence with regard to movable and immovable beings. Sutra Krutanga Sutra, Jainism.
Compassionate viewers, I'm feeling such a sense of relaxation right now.
I'm going to pause for a short nap.
Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television.
Warning: sensitive images.
Welcome back to our show, Joan Ranquet, vegan on telepathic communication with animal people companions, part 2 of 2.
When we look at Joan's mission in life, she is empowering humans and animal people alike.
I always say I'm here to empower others so that together we can give voice to those who can't speak for themselves and ultimately heal the planet. There's lots of ways that animal communication can really, really help and change a household. And that we're giving that voice to all the animals on the planet. And also giving voice to animals that, like giving a big voice to the wildlife, to being able to make sure that wildlife is preserved and that humans aren't involved with, you know, the greed and the consumerism that's involved with destroying this planet is so scary. So that we have the strength and the tools to go out and give voice to those animals too, the ones that are endangered.
Joan understands what truly causes suffering to billions of land animal people and aquatic animal beings. Hence,
She has been vegan for approximately 8 years
and was vegetarian for a very long time before that.
I don't want to eat another soul. You know, I don't want to cause harm. I don't want to cause suffering. No, I can't, you know, and it was a journey to get here, but especially doing this work of animal communication, how could I pick between like, oh, let's have the dog on the couch, but that cow, right? I mean, who's to say that cow doesn't have as much personality and right to be here as the dog on my couch? So for me, especially doing this work, there's just no way. And not everybody is there, but I think that through the school, you know, we definitely bring it up, and you can't get away from it.
For people wishing to be kindness in action, Joan had some very insightful ways
on how to overcome the limitation of not being vegan.
My father died at 90, and he was not a vegetarian, but he told me at the end of his life that he wished his whole life that he had been a vegetarian. And he said it a couple of times, but he said the only reason that he was able to eat meat was because it was in a package, and he didn't have to make that connection. And I think about that all the time, because when you start to go to places like the Gentle Barn or any other farm sanctuary, and you start meeting those animals, and you start seeing them as individuals with a karma, a soul, a trajectory, a whole beingness, a whole purpose that has nothing to do with us, you can't help but to wonder, how could we put so many animals in that horrible situation? I mean, it's the modern slavery, right? With a really grim ending. And I really hope that people start to make friends with cows and chickens and pigs and geese and sheep.
The bright-hearted Joan had some lovely words
that she shared with Supreme Master Ching Hai
and her International Association members, as well as our
viewers.
I'm so moved by how many followers you have, and knowing that there are animal lovers that want peace and kindness and gentleness and generosity here on the planet. I'm so grateful for all of the viewers and people that you're associated with. I'm really honored and grateful to be able to connect. Yeah, I'm so impressed and so moved, and just thank you.
My heart sings with the sweetest of melodies when I think about all of the kind-hearted people
in the world that are making a positive difference in the lives of us animal people. I send my love and appreciation to
Miss Joan Ranquet for all her work that brightens the lives of us animal folk.
We truly cherish her kindness and all her wisdom that she is sharing with her students. For more information on Joan Ranquet, please visit joanranquet.com.
Vegan. Imagine we live in a world where humans and animal people are just beaming with happiness and friendship towards each other.
Compassionate viewers, it has been such a joy to have your company for today's show.
May our love and appreciation for animal people bloom brighter and stronger as we co-create a vegan world.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AW.